I have an email here. Someone is having difficulty with their endurance training, and you might experience this as well. So I'm going to go ahead and answer that for you guys. Every time I try and run, I get a side cramp. It feels like it's underneath my ribs. It hurts so bad. I don't know what to do. Please, 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 how do I fix this? Lucky for you, I know exactly what that is and exactly how to fix it. What you're experiencing is, yes, a side cramp. Some people call these side stitches, and a lot of people get them mistaken with a digestive cramp. So they think, oh, I'm eating too close to my workouts and I'm getting stomach cramps. But this, from what it sounds like, this is completely and totally different. I would suggest to you that you do experiment with that and eat further away from your training periods and see if that has any effect on how well you perform while training, because eating close to a run can affect you in a negative way. But that doesn't sound like the issue at hand here. Your diaphragm is locking up on you. Your diaphragm is your main respiratory muscle, and it lines the inside of your rib cage, and it looks like this. It looks like a bowl, and every time you take a breath in, the bowl pushes downwards, and every time you exhale, it comes back up, just like this, right? If you haven't gone for a run in a long time, and my guess is that you haven't because you just started my program, your diaphragm is not used to having to work so hard, and what happens is it fatigues like any other muscle, or it gets cramped because it's not used to the demand that you're placing on it. So what happens is it's going up and down at a fast pace. I mean, you're probably breathing heavy too. You're probably and you're causing this thing to spaz out. So how do we fix this, and how can we prevent it from happening? What you want to do is two things. You have to address your rib cage first, because your diaphragm lies on the inside of your rib cage. If your rib cage is locked in place and it cannot expand properly, your diaphragm is not going to have the freedom to expand and retract properly either. So you have to fix your rib cage first. What you're going to do is you're going to grab a foam roller, okay, before you run. And you're going to place it, you're going to lay down on your side and place this on the floor, and you're going to roll out on your rib cage, okay? These muscles in between your ribs are called your intercostal muscles, and they get very tight. And what you want to do is you want to relax them, so you have the ability, when you breathe, the muscles have the ability to open your rib cage. They're not holding it down, and you can get more air, and there's more room for your diaphragm to freely move up and down when you breathe. You want to do that on both sides. Not only do you want to relax the intercostals of your rib cage, you want to relax your diaphragm. You want to rub your diaphragm out because it's most likely very tonic, very rigid, and filled with trigger points. What you want to do is, I don't know if you can see my waist, so I'm going to pretend. You're going to line the outside of your rib cage with your fingers, just like this if you can see me. And you're going to work towards the bottom of your rib cage. You're then going to push underneath your rib cage with your hands and lean over into it and start breathing nice and slow. So your fingers right here are going to be underneath your rib cage, and you're going to start at the bottom corner, and then you're going to slowly work your way in all the way up to the top, okay? And what this is going to do is it's called self-myofascial release for those of you that don't know. And what this does is it relaxes very tense muscles. By relaxing the diaphragm slightly and the intercostal slightly before your training sessions, and I'm not telling you to do this for a therapeutic dose of like 2 minutes, I'm talking roll out for about 20 seconds to give those muscles the ability to expand. This will prevent cramping and allow for the freedom of the diaphragm and the rib cage to expand, okay? Do this every time before you go for a run and let me know how it works. Visit my website, thetrainingexperiment.com. Check out my program. I guarantee it changes your life. If you're not ready for the program, at least join my newsletter where I send out weekly information to help you guys as best I can. Peace.